man. It is what it is, you know?
It is what it is. If I was training people, it wouldn't end up like that.
What? What'd you say to me?
Why am I here?
Because you said that you could train people better than me.
Okay. Alright, whatever you say.
Yeah, I do say, because we played that clip several times, and you did say it. And so, here we are. And I want to find out who can teach people better, Tripp. And for a whole year, you've been nothing but a pain in my backside. So, I'll tell you what, I've got my team here.
Wow, nice team.
Yeah, I see you've got your team here. So, I thought maybe we could have this competition between teams. Kathy's Candies was nice enough to chip in $5,000 to the winning team.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We can match it.
Oh, you want to put up 10,000? Winner take all?
You want 5,000? We'll make 5,000. $10,000. Whoever wins can have it all.
All right. 10,000. Rules are real simple. When you win, you get a point. The team with the most points at the end of the year gets $10,000. All right?
Well, I don't know about everybody else, but I'm just a poor indie wrestler. I'm lucky to get anything out of anybody when I go anywhere. So prize money would mean a lot to me because I've got bills to pay and a dog to feed at home.
Could do a lot with 10 grand. Putting food on the table for my kids, sending them to college. Just want to give them everything that they want. I could do a lot with that money.
Yeah, I know we can get a bigger cut of this, like 15 or 20. No, I know. It's possible. It's doable. I mean, it's doable. If it doesn't happen, you're fired. Yeah.
Alright, so I guess the only thing that's left is, well, who's going to be the first match? Do I have any volunteers?
Right here. Come on, what's wrong?
Alright. It looks like I've got my first volunteer.
That's fine. I've got Sujak, so there's no problem. No, come on, Tripp. Come on. What about your hand? Huh? Was that a joke? The whole last season was that your hand was just a joke? You think you're funny. You think you're funny. I don't know. Are you a bunch of balls now? How are your parents doing? Dale, calm down, buddy. Yeah, it's been a long time coming.
How'd the first day of practice go with your team?
I went really good. A lot of positive energy, good motivation. Everybody's working good together. Yeah, absolutely. We're running on all cylinders right now.
So nothing negative. Everything's going well.
Everything's perfect.
How about Matt Russo? How's he doing?
He's amazing.
And Heidi, how's she holding up?
She's a tough girl.
How about Dale Patrick's?
For the past year, I've done things that I probably wouldn't even think of me doing. I've gotten so many opportunities.
You wrestled for a lot of the bigger name places. You got to be in the ring with some bigger name wrestlers. It's like pressure, and it's pressure that he's having a hard time handling. In the ring, he moves way too fast. He can't control his body very well, which is going to end up risking himself getting hurt. He has mental blocks. He makes a lot of fundamental mistakes that he should know by now. And I just think a lot of it has to do with just him just not being able to handle it, maybe him being so young, he just can't handle the pressure of being a professional wrestler.
Respect. That's what I'm trying to earn as me as a whole. It's respect from all my peers, respect from TRIPP CASSIDY.
For the last year, since season 1 of Class Wars, since its graduation, Dale Patricks has run around asking everyone for respect, most specifically myself.
Past year we've been battling back and forth. I've never beat him in a singles match.
So no matter how many times I have to pin you, no matter how many times I have to make you submit, no matter how many times I have to knock a tooth down your throat, you can chase it, but you'll never achieve it. You'll never have my respect.
It would mean the world to me if I was to pin him in the middle of this ring and finish it off and finally get the respect I deserve from TRIPP CASSIDY.
In the last year, I've accomplished a lot of things.
To be honest, I think I know TRIPP CASSIDY better than anybody. We pretty much started out in the wrestling business together. I've seen him come up from a kid that nobody respected and nobody liked to, you know, he was in the Young Lions Cup this year, you know, like you can't not be proud of him.
A lot of people would say that I'm accomplishing dreams. But over the course of this past year, I've met all my heroes, and they're all dead to me. No dream can be accomplished. Everyone is constantly chasing something.
He's went from being driven and wanting to succeed to becoming obsessed with, I don't even know what anymore. He's completely lost sight of everything we started the league for. He's lost sight of, to be honest, what I think he wants out of wrestling.
You know, you meet your childhood hero, you meet your Lance Armstrong, and you realize what happens to those men. And they never stop grabbing, because no matter what, they're always on the move.
TRIPP CASSIDY.
No comment.
We gotta get something.
Look, no comment.
There is no destination far enough. No transportation that can take me where I need to be fast enough. Because I live fast and I die young.
I don't know anymore. I don't think it's healthy for him.
You wanna know about TRIPP CASSIDY? Ask me when I get there.
War begins again. My name's Thomas Green, and I'm proud to call the action today as we experience a bit of deja vu. The season opens up with the Phoenix Dale Patricks facing often foe and Team Cassidy leader, Bulletproof TRIPP CASSIDY. All Class Wars season singles bouts will have a 10-minute time limit. A variation this year, however, as any sort of team or multi-man match will have a 20-minute time limit. As well, there is a 20 count on the floor, and all wrestling is heart-sanctioned bouts. Otherwise, all traditional professional wrestling rules apply. And don't forget that the winner of today's contest brings home 1 point for his team. Let's go over the keys to victory. For TRIPP, he needs this victory to set an example for his team. If he can start the season by personally getting win number 1, then the captain of Team Cassidy brings good morale to his team and can start a wave of momentum from the very beginning. Also, though these two have wrestled each other a number of times, Cassidy has an ever-expansive offensive arsenal that he needs to use strategically to catch Patricks off guard and never allow him to get the upper hand. For Dale, he needs this win to prove to everyone within the sport who has ever doubted him that he's not a flash in the pan. This win could be the separating line between him becoming a rising star or simply burning out. As well, Dale's in-ring maturity absolutely needs to be at a brand new level in order to gain this victory. Cassidy's poise between the ropes has improved tenfold since last year, whereas Patrick's is often reckless and wrestles with only pure emotion. Can he wrestle a thinking man's match and outmaneuver Cassidy in this human game of chess? There's only one way to find out right now. Let's go to the ring! Second verse, same as the first. Herman's Hermits cannot have told this tale any better. We start Season 2 the same way that we started Season 1. Dale Patrick's facing often rival and Team Cassidy leader Tripp Cassidy.
Cool. You can take your shirt off. What the hell? It means something. Yeah. That physique doesn't mean much.
Reed Bentley and Tripp Cassidy, these two have been on the same side since day one, and now due to this Team Rock rift, with Reed Bentley training under Billy Rock. Something's going on there. That's a story for another day. Right now, the on-court first victory is on the line. Team Rock cheered on Dale. The story of this contest, as we've talked about throughout this episode, has to be Dale's in-ring maturity. Has to be if he can keep that emotion in check like he's claiming he will against Tripp Cassidy. Knuckle lock applied there by Cassidy. And the second one, barring both arms, is Cassidy. Gonna power down Dale, using his leverage, using the momentum. Trying to pin him down, but Dale, very smart move here, bridging back. Patrick's in a reverse and power down Cassidy. Cassidy showing that maturity he has, rolls out. Leg sweep, gonna go for the cover here. Not even a 1 count. Match is taken up. Patrick's. 1 count there out of Patrick's. And you know, it's never been a secret that Dale Patrick's has great athleticism between the ring. You know, he didn't really prove a whole lot there, showing us that he's as athletic as Tripp Cassidy, if not more so. It's always been the mental game. Tripp Cassidy is a master of the human chess game, as a certain living legend would say. Whereas Dale hasn't quite mastered even the game of checkers between those ropes quite yet. Side headlock there by Cassidy. Dale tries to power out, very unique move considering these two are of equal size. It's not like Dale Patrick's is a 300-pound warlord-esque behemoth. And tries shooting him off. Cassidy keeps a hold of the side headlock and slowing Dale Patrick's down. He knows that Dale often feels weird, often feels odd when a match is slow-paced. Gonna take advantage of that feeling. Patrick gets out of that Muay Thai clutch, gonna bar the arm there. Underneath the armpit. Cassidy slips out, schoolboy. That's odd. That Patrick's first instinct would be to go to the ropes, considering his shoulder is practically up. Again, that's Dale not thinking that his emotions are getting the best of him already. As Cassidy barring the arm now. These two know each other better than perhaps any two human beings involved with wrestling's art or the School of Rock. As he locks on the key lock with the head scissors, again, Dale goes after the ropes. That's Fabrice of the Social talking a bit of trash. I'm sure Tripp Cassidy told Fabrice before the match, get into Dale's head and make the match a little bit easier for me. That's exactly what just happened there. Dale shot in high, Cassidy went low. Half Nelson into the full. Tripp Cassidy swings it around into a cravat. Dale goes for the leg sweep, Cassidy rolls out. And again, Cassidy slowed down the match. Dale has to be held back. Cassidy's in the ropes. It's bugging Dale. You can tell that it is bugging Dale Patrick's. the match is not moving a million miles a minute. And Cassidy knows this better than anybody. He's been in the ring with Dale tens upon tens of times. I would argue that over half of Dale's career contests have somehow involved TRIPP CASSIDY. Dale went for the go-behind, didn't quite have the technique down. Cassidy going for a primitive headlock into a cravat there. Snap mirrors him over. She's gonna lean on him. Playing dirty as Cassidy. Notice how he separates the leg to create that wide base to hold down the weight upon the back of the neck. Gonna bully him down to the canvas. Full Nelson into a pinning combination. Dale gets out, so he's in the mount. Very dangerous position for him to be in with Cassidy on the bottom. He can hurt Cassidy bad if he really knew the type of positioning he was in right now. Instead of going straight for the cover. Cassidy goes for the guard right into a pin. These two back at a stalemate. And normally when a match would go to a stalemate, I would say that it's even, but again, every time these two come up, even Steven, it's bugging Dale more and more. The emotions are getting into the game. Cassidy knows exactly what he's doing here. Side headlock there by Cassidy. Gonna shoot him off, does Dale. Trying to speed up the match. This time, Cassidy sends him down. You gotta think that's through with Dale's head. Normally when the match picks up, he's in the advantage. And look at that, right there. Cassidy was one step ahead, that moment of hesitation. And now Dale's down on the canvas after that big elbow shot to the side of the ear. And the ropes again after that armbar. Again, he could have tried to have gotten out. And he just chose to go for the easy option. That's the disappointment that most of the wrestling world has in Dale Patrick. He's an incredible athlete. And if he just paid attention, if he used his head between the ropes, he would be an incredibly stellar young wrestler. Cassidy drops the elbow right in between the eyes. Could open up a cut there. He's not too careful. Cassidy cranking on the side of the head there. Tim Rock coaching him on, giving him words of encouragement. Matt Russo, Billy Rock, Heidi Loveless, Buck Boulder all over there. Dale goes for the ankle lock, doesn't have it very well applied as Cassidy's immediately able to shove his way out and snaps him back down to the canvas again. This match is getting rough. No one ever said wrestling had to be pretty. Gonna go for the camel clutch. Nope. Ghetto clutch cover. Rolls him right over into the head. So Dale just put himself in a bad predicament there. I don't understand that.
Squeeze the black man up and Trip. Come on. Put pressure on me.
Dale tries to get out after that pinfall. Having a hard time. He's going. Referee really needs to get in there and check to see if that's a choke. I don't know if it's just bad technique or if Dale's getting desperate in there. He has the hooks in, has that body scissors. Tripp has to go to the ropes. That's a predicament where the ropes are needed if you can get to them. Not when you have all your limbs flailing like Dale did a moment ago. Cassidy double leg takedown. It's getting scary in there now. Referee John Galvin doing a heck of a job of officiating. Steps on Dale's back. This is straight up mind games. He knows he's getting in Patrick's head.
He's just messing with your head. Come on. Get up.
And this is what Cassidy has to do in order to win the contest. Patrick's using those shoulder shrugs to get out from underneath. He needs to keep moving. He's not moving enough. He's leaving himself open for a potential attack from Cassidy. If Cassidy can recover. Right there, the go behind. Patrick's reverses. Possible O'Connor roll coming up. This looks very familiar. We saw this earlier. The finishing sequence from last year, only this time Patrick's ducked underneath, gets the pump kick. He needs to capitalize. And because he didn't, Cassidy hits the hand grenade punch, his signature. Cover hooks the legs. TRIPP Cassidy. First victory for Team Cassidy on week 1. Taking advantage of Dale Patrick's, of the mental game that he doesn't have. You gotta think, after a year of not living up to the potential, is Dale Patrick's a disappointment? Is he a disappointment to not just himself, but to Team Rock?
Let your emotions get the best.
Let your emotions, exactly.
We'll get him next time. We'll get him next time.
Without a doubt, the story of this bout was Dale Patrick's allowing TRIPP Cassidy to take advantage of how emotional he is. Cassidy kept the bout at a slow pace, with many stops and starts that frustrated Patrick's. Patrick's continually tried to use physical prowess over technique, which time after time did not work. Finally, after Patrick's made one breakthrough, countering the very sequence that defeated him against Cassidy last year, he became too overcome with emotion to take advantage, and was caught with the same right hand that has knocked him out time after time. Your winner, TRIPP Cassidy. With that, Team Cassidy scores the early advantage as they're up 1-0. Can Team Rock tie the competition up, or will the snowball roll downhill and become an avalanche? We'll see you next week.
It's okay, man. Get him next time. How many times you wrestled him before?
Look how upset he is. Really?
It's okay, man. And you're on the same team this time.
Oh my gosh, look at the side of his face.
Somebody get them out of here.
Dale, calm down, man.
Easy, buddy.
That's a nice shiner, man.
Calm down. You guys, what are you doing here?
I was going to ask the shiner. Just having some laughs.
It's okay.
I was just trying to help.
You'll get him next
We
time.
wouldn't
You know
get
what?
good laughs, so we just, figured we'd walk by him.
You know what? I got an idea for next week.
And what's your idea?
You know what? Reed Bentley, Dale Patrick's versus the Social.
On the same side this time.
Yeah, act like that.
On the same side.
This man's delirious.
But,
spoiling the match 5 minutes.
He just took the...
Whoa, calm down.
He just got beat with the hand grenade, though, Billy. I want a team with Dale, but
I think so.
I mean, you know the kind of head injuries you can get from that hand grenade. It's not.
No, Billy, I'm ready to go.
No, it's.
I'm ready to go.
Okay.
He's ready to go.
I got. Next time. We got 11 more weeks. 11 more weeks.
That's right. It's a long distance race. It's not a sprint. I need you for the long haul, okay?
Yeah, man, he needs you, man.
I think take a week off, all right? Let's get that head checked out. Let's make sure you're okay. I'll just find another partner.
We can find me somebody else.
We'll find somebody else.
Now who is old man Billy Rock gonna find? Or should I say Barely Rock? Who are you gonna find?
Another one of your senior citizens that you go to the bingo hall and hang out with?
That's cute. That's cute. Senior citizens. All right. You know what? TRIPP Cassidy's gonna wrestle on this show. So am I. Reed, it's you and me versus these two.
The old man's coming out.
Yeah.
Sure you're not washed up?
Yes, the old man.
All right.
Are you ready?
I think we got it, Billy Rock.
All right. Let's do this.
They got no